Okay, we are kicking off the 8 years, or excuse me, it's been, I think, probably 8 years. It's the 8 films to die for, with the very last year that they ever done these movies. I think it was 2016, 2017. And I'm starting it off with like one of the few ones I've seen twice, which I believe is probably the best one of the bunch. Keep in mind, I'm halfway through this while we're doing this review here. And that is Bastard, which is directed by Powell Robinson and Patrick R. Young. Stars Rebekah Kennedy, and I think she went on to do some TV shows and stuff since this. Uh, Probably one of the best standout performances you're going to see is her in this movie. I said it when I originally wrote the review years ago, and I'll say it again now. But before we get to that, let's talk about what the movie's about. Basically, we're joining these two. They're a couple, and they're kind of on a killing spree. But at the same time that this is going on, you've got this brother and sister. The sister played by Rebekah Kennedy, and they seem to have a little bit of a perhaps an incest thing going on. But she's still, she's a really good character, and besides the incest, they're both kind of like the good characters, and they run up on these two that's on a killing spree, so to speak, and they get a ride from them. I learned to speak here. They get a ride from them, and they go about their way. Of course, they eventually wind up at this like a bed and breakfast type thing where this woman's running it, and there's this weird guest, and there's also somebody killing people that's running around in the same area. So all these things come together. It's kind of got some humor in some spots. It isn't as funny as some of these other movies that's probably we're going to talk about in this A Film Stuff for. The gore is pretty good. The gore is top notch. I think the gore in the story, the story's a bit complicated, has a lot of moving pieces at different times. Um, the gore is probably one of the main things that's going to stand out to you. The thing about this is, and if I had to pick one negative part about this movie, it would be that our killing couple is, kind of like not too much out of the way of maybe Mallory and whatever his name is from Natural Born Killers, but when they meet these these folks that's on the run here, because of their relationship, um, they kind of seem like they dropped the killing thing like partly through it, and you kind of I guess are expected to get behind them, even though we've seen them kill people before that. So that's a little bit weird. It plays with the viewer's emotion a little bit, kind of makes you a little torn on whether or not you should want these people to succeed and get out of this thing alive or not. But there is some twists and turns along the way, which most of these movies in this year of the films that I for seem to have a twist along the way. But I like it, and at where I sit right now, it's probably a 3.5 to a 4, leaning towards a 4 out of 5 from this year. I don't know. Nobody seems to talk about it much, which is kind of a shame because I think it's kind of a little bit of a gem. It's kind of like a little bit of a genre bending movie in some regards because, like I said, it seems like a crime caper at the start, and then it eventually spirals into being a regular slasher ish flick, and then it kind of ends up being something else by the time it's over. So I liked it, and it's different and it stands out, and it's probably, like I said, the best from that year. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 4. And like I said, this one, I don't know why it's not on Blu-ray somewhere. I don't. There may be a foreign one. I don't know. But right now it's just a burn-on-demand DVD, and it's kind of like a misjustice for this one. I feel this one needs a little bit more than what it's got. So if you want to check out Bastard there, feel free to. And if you've seen it, let me know what you think about it.